Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Quality Always. Uh, Today this is the second session of this series for the BRCGS packaging material issue 7. In the first session we covered the basics of BRCGS, the history of BRCGS and an overview of the BRCGS we completed in the first session. So overview we completed the GFSI, what is GFSI and what is the GFSI recognition matters, and the different standard of the BRCGS we covered in first session, and the different part of the BRCGS and history of BRCGS we covered in the first session. And also we discussed in detail about the scope of this standard, what is in the scope, what is out of this scope of this standard. Today we will go through the first part of this standard, which is the introduction part, and in introduction part we will go through the critical things. So first is the what are the key changes in the new version of this standard. So BRCGS packaging material issue 7, what are the key changes? So first is the this standard focus, having the strong focus and the on the cultural change and behavioral change in the organization. So it is very much focused on the quality culture requirement in the organization. Second, blended announce audit provision is given. Online audit for some part of the standard and remaining can be done on site. Mandatory confidential reporting system requirement is added. Internal audit schedule shall be spread across the year. So in each month there should be some audit for each one or two departments. Annual verification of the process flow diagram and inclusion of the utilities in the process flow diagram, and this requirement is added. Consider the allergen hazard during HARA and make allergen management program, and also conduct the allergen awareness in the organization. Terminology: CCP is replaced with the CCM, critical control measure. Criticality assessment of control measure included in hazard analysis, and based on that also that only we need to decide the critical control measures. Any product safety incident shall be notified to the certification body within 3 days, and CAPA to be shared within 21 days of the incident to the certification body. And based on that, CAPA certification body can assess whether a on-site verification is required or not, whether the certificate will continue after that incident or not. There is change in some clause number, and some new clauses are added. In HARA analysis, need to include the acceptable limit of each standard, and reference of this acceptable limit need to be mentioned against the each hazard. So these are the key changes. The audit options. So there are three audit options available. First is the announced audit option, second is the blended announced audit option, and third is the unannounced audit program. So for announced audit, the audit dates is agreed between the site and the certification body, and all requirement of the audit are audited during the on-site audit. At least one unannounced audit every 3 years is mandatory. Second is the blended announced audit. So in blended announced audit, the audit is split into two parts. One is the remote audit followed by the on-site audit. A remote audit look predominantly at the documented system and record using the information and communication technology, while the announced audit on-site audit is focused on the manufacturing, storage and on-site areas. This option is available for a recertification audit, not for the initial audit, and certification body follow the risk assessment to confirm that a robust audit is possible and assess the percent of audit that can be completed remotely up to the maximum 50% of the audit duration. At least one unannounced audit every 3 years is mandatory. Announced audit program, it is a mandatory requirement to have one unannounced audit every 3 years Site can also opt the unannounced audit more frequently to get a A plus rating, to give more confidence to their customers. Audit may occur within 4 months of the audit cycle and including the 28 calendar days before the audit due date. Site may select 10 days when the audit cannot be take place. So these are the different three type of the audit. Now the packaging material legislation. This standard help organization to comply with the packaging material legislation. We will also understand the legislative and regulatory requirement. So legislative requirement and given in the law, and law is passed by the parliament or government, and regulatory requirement to implement any law. Regulatory body or government agencies create some rules and detailed guideline. Requirement given in these rules are known as the regulatory requirement. Legislation generally require the packaging material to produce manufacturer to produce packaging that does not pose any hazard to the human health. Provide a process environment which ensure that the risk of the product contamination is minimized. Use raw material ingredients that are not injurious to human health. Preserve, protect, and contain product adequately throughout the supply chain and life of the product. Ensure the information about the product is presented to the consumer. So, by complying with these all requirements, the standard help organization to comply with the legislative requirement also. Product safety and quality management system. So this standard is based on the four principles. First is the senior management commitment. Second is the hazard analysis and risk assessment. Third is the systematic approach for the managing the product safety, quality and legality. And fourth is the establishment of the prerequisite program. So as per the first principle, as per standard, site management shall be committed to develop the policy of the manufacturing of the safe, legal and quality product with commitment to the quality culture. Provision of resources provided by the top management, and emphasizing on the product safety and quality culture. So these are the this is the first principle. Second is the hazard analysis and risk assessment. This standard requires an evaluation of the risk to product safety and quality associated with the manufacturing of the packaging material. Third is the systematic approach to manage the product safety and quality legality. The standard required a company to develop framework of management policies and procedure by which it can produce safe, legal and quality product. And fourth is the establishment of the PRP. So standard required companies to establish the basic environmental and operational condition in packaging business that are necessary to produce a safe, legal and quality product. So these are the basics of this standard. So to for implementation of this standard and certification process of the audit and planning of the success. So if any organization going for the certification of the BRCGS, then there are six steps to get this certification. First is the learn about the standard. So learning about the standard, go to the BRCGS website, download the copy of the standard, and relevant guidelines can be downloaded from the site. Go through that requirement, understand them, and then audit preparation. So select an audit option, either unannounced or blended announced audit with or without additional modules. Self-assess the compliance with the against the standard and select a certification body and define the scope of the audit. The third step is the audit planning. So ensure the information and appropriate personnel are available for the audit, even in the case of the unannounced audit also, and provide the information to the certification body for audit preparation and define the audit date and agree a audit duration based on the audit duration calculator. Now the on the day of audit and opening meeting, manufacturing site facility inspection and document review, vertical audit including the traceability and all, and final review of the findings and closing meeting. So these are the requirement of audited, and then the non-conformities and the corrective action. So carry out the corrective action, root cause analysis, and develop a preventive action plan for any non-conformities identified. Evidence must be submitted within the 28 days of the end of the audit. Certification body will review these evidence within in 14 days, and if corrective action, preventive action plan are deemed satisfactory, a certification body report and corresponding grade will be issued within the 42 days of the audit date. Then the post audit ongoing maintenance of the standard and continual improvement. Get login to the BRCGS directory and share the audit report. Use the BRCGS logo, ongoing communication with the certification body, and schedule a re-audit date before the next audit due date. So these are the 6 steps to get a site certificated with BRCGS. So for the selection of the announced and unannounced audit, this is the flow diagram. So site to decide whether to join the announced audit, blended audit, and unannounced audit. So if the site selected that they will go for the announced audit, then the site may select the full on-site or blended announced audit. Although the one announced audit is compulsory within 3-year time frame. So if site is selected the announced audit, then there are two options: either fully on-site audit or blended on-site audit. In case of the full on-site audit, announced audit within 28 days calendar days prior to the audit days, the corrective action need to be submitted. And if there is blended announced audit, the announced remote audit occur within the 56 days prior to the audit due date, 56 days, and then a on-site audit, second part on-site audit will be 28 days after the first announced remote audit will be occurred. So corrective action, root cause analysis, and preventive action plan submitted within the 28 days to the certification body, and based on the closer evidence, certification body will issue the grade and certificate to the organization as per the stipulated time. In case of the unannounced audit, site may choose to receive a full on-site unannounced audit every year, but every 3 years it is compulsory requirement. So if a full on-site audit unannounced audit is planned, the for recertification, the audit will occur in the 4 month prior to the audit due date. The corrective and preventive action will be submitted within 28 days, and within 42 days the certificate will be assigned. And if the grades are clear, if this corrective action is satisfactory, then the certification body will assign the grades. So what are the grades in the BRCGS? In the BRCGS, grades having the critical impact, because based on these grades, one can assess what is the level of implementation of BRCGS standard in any organization. So there are different grades for the announced and unannounced audit. In case of unannounced, the maximum grade is AA plus. In case of announced, it is A. So plus sign is given in unannounced case. So first grade is AA or AA plus. If there is no critical major NC and our minor NCs are less than 5, then A plus grade will be given. If there is minor NCs are between 6 to 10, then A plus or A or A plus grade will be given. If minor NCs are between 11 to 16, then B or B plus grade will be given. So up to this point there is no critical in major NC. But if there is one major NC and mm, below 10, below 10, minor NCs are below 10, then there is B or B plus grade can be given. If there is minor NC more than 17 to 24, then the C or C plus grade will be given. But in this case, the audit will be repeated every 6 months. The second criteria of C or C plus grade is if there is one major NC and minor NC is between 11 to 16, then also C plus grade can be given, but the audit will be repeated within 6 months. Third category of C plus grade is there is two major NC and minor NCs are below 10. Then also C or C plus grade can be given and audit will be repeated in 6 months. There is one more grading of D. So there are three scenario. If the minor NCs are 25 to 30, then D or D plus grade will be given. If one major NC and minor NCs are 70 to 24, then also D plus grade will be given. Or there are two major NC and minor NCs are 11 to 16, then also D plus grade will be given. The cases where no certification will be given, if there is one critical NC, then there will not be this certificate will not be given to organization. Or if the minor NCs are above 31, then also there will not be any certification given to the organization. If one major NC or minor NCs are above 25, or if there is two major NCs or minor NCs are above 17, then also there will the site will not be certificated for the BRCGS packaging material issue 7. If there are three major NCs, then also there will not be any certification. So grading is very clear. If minor NCs are below 5, then you can get a AA plus grade, that is the highest grade in the BRCGS. And if either the minor, if there is single critical NC, then the certificate will be not be given. If there are three major NC, then also the certificate will not be issued. If there are 31 minor NC, then also there will not be any certification. So this is the grading criteria in BRCGS. The term and definitions. So there are some common term which is used multiple time in the standard. The cell. The cell indicate the mandatory requirement. May and should indicate the recommendation and permission. Annual frequency means the task should be repeated within 12 months. Appropriate means that is suitable at that particular situation. Documented procedure, the document system should be available, and document must be written in sufficient and detail. Retain documented information, that means the term is used for the requirement of record, and maintain documented information term is used for a requirement of SOP. Risk assessment. If risk assessment is given, the first step is to conduct a risk assessment, then decide the frequency, procedure or other activities. The benefit of this standard. Adoption of this standard lead to the number of the benefits. Provide a framework for the quality and hygiene management system in company, covering the product safety, quality and legality compliance in the company, enabling certificated companies to become part of the BRCGS directory, providing three audit options, focus on quality culture and continuous improvement, addressing part of the legislative requirement, packaging material, globally recognized standard to certified is accepted by the all countries, cover risk assessment activities like the HACCP, WASP and TACCP. So these are the benefits of this standard. cover the range of the topics like the risk assessment. There are several guidelines: risk assessment, internal audit, vulnerability assessment, allergen management, root cause analysis, change management, and product changeover. So these are the guidelines and trainings options available on the BRCGS portal. So this is the end of this session, and we have covered the first part of this session. Now in the next session we will cover the key requirement of this standard, and that is the most important. That will be the most important session, because all the requirement given in the part second are auditable requirements. So if the organization want the this BRCGS certification, then they need to fulfill all the requirement given in the part second. So let's meet in the next session. Thanks for watching.